Hey, how you doing, everybody? Another watch video. It's kind of a review slash fixing a watch. I know I showed you guys how to do something as far as taking out the pins of the bracelet to size it, or if you had to change the battery or something like that in it, and the band was kind of, or the bracelet, I'm sorry, was kind of in the way. So I'm gonna do this. Does not need a battery, but I will do a battery change on this one because I have yet to get the battery for the other one, but we will do a battery change on that one as well. It's another Fossil. I used to work for a watch store and they were owned by Fossil. So I do have a few Fossils that I've won and purchased while I was there. And I've always liked the black and orange color scheme. I am a fan of wrestling, so kind of reminds me of Taz color scheme, as you all know if you're a wrestling fan. But it is a Fossil watch. Let me just take it off camera to put it on so I can show you guys how it looks on the wrist before we go over it and actually do the changing of the battery or removing of the battery. You go right there. It's not a really expensive watch. As you can see, it has a little scratch around the bezel there. It's no moving bezel or anything like that. It is listed, let me see, hold on a sec. It is listed as a rounded steel diving watch. Of course, you know it's orange one, but I will test. Do have the measurements over there, but I will test it out myself because I have my caliber here. But it has, you can use it as a stopwatch, but you gotta wait for it to go around. It doesn't have the extra buttons. It just has the one crown that changes the date and time. I do have another watch that does have. This one is actually, I got it in the display, but they also have the watch bar there. If you go into a Fossil store, I believe they still have it. I haven't been in a Fossil store in such a long time, but they have the watch bar there, and you can do different, change different bands and use different faces. But I got the strap that came with this is this one. I do have a NATO strap that's on another watch right now. It's another Fossil watch, so I don't have it out here. I actually have two NATO straps. I don't know where the other one went. But if you guys are interested in the watch, like I said, I've worn this several times, so it's a little scraped up, but it's all stainless steel 10 ATM, so it's not like you're gonna go diving in a sea or something with it, but it can take rain and stuff like that. And there is the serial number. There is another watch that has kind of a similar serial number when you look it up online, but this one comes up as well. It's the black and orange one, of course. But the cool feature is, with other watches, if you're going to change the bands, you have to go and actually get the tool to change the bands to put the little springs. This one has a little notch that you can grab with your fingers. You can do that. I have this band over here. This is one of the bands I purchased. This one doesn't have it, I don't think. This one has kind of like little like cloth sewn into it, kind of like a belt or something. I guess that's just part of the design with it, but it is a Fossil band as well that I got at the watch bar at a Fossil store. And you put it in there. It's a little hard to do through the camera, so I'm looking over the camera to do it. Or phone I'm taping on, or video on. But you just press the little button, you get one side in. Push that little tab in with your fingernail. And eventually it goes in. If you're gonna put the NATO strap, I don't have these type of pins for it, so you'd have to put other pins on it. That's kind of cool with the white and orange. I wouldn't rock that, but it's kind of cool. So let's take the orange off, put it to the side, and we'll go through the actual changing of the battery, so you guys have an idea. I have changed this battery before, so the watch has been opened. My little toolkit here. So let me open it up over here and get out the tools. And I do have the little springs, and I have another toolkit with springs in it. A little spring clips, spring pins. So you can actually put, the actual other NATO strap in. I'm gonna try doing it with that one. And, you know, if it does have the spring clips in it, this is the type of tool that you want to have. That came with my kit, and I do have another one that came with the kit I showed you in the other video with from Harbor Freight. And before we get actually to the watch changing, it says it's 50. It says 50. I'm not too sure about that. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Go for the size there, and let's just get a actual size of the case. You know, I have a lot of right there. I do have a lot of Invictors, which are a lot bigger cases, but you know, if I'm just doing something, I haven't worn this one in a long time, but I do definitely want to wear it more. This is the little tool. This came with the tool set, and this is so when you're actually changing the watch. Let me see here. I want to open it up a little bit more. This is so when you're using the tool to change the watch. I'm going to use the one that came with this set, so you guys can get an idea of that one. I do have the other one from Harbor Freight, which I kind of favor more. But you just tighten it, and that will hold the watch actually in place there. This is an adjustable right here. If you want to bring that part in, you use the screw on the handle there that brings it in and out to bring it closer to line up more. These ones bring these. There's a little wheel type thing on top. This will bring it in closer so you can get a better grip on it. It does have, let me see, where is it? These little pen things right here to notch into those holes on the back of the watch, because it's a screw back watch. But they do come off, and you can interchange them with different styles and different sizes and stuff. So if you're actually doing a change of a different watch, you can change these up. Let's see. But you would, let me just get that piece right back in there real quick for you guys. I'm not too sure if this one's gonna work. I may have to get the other tool out. No, this will work. If I can get that back one in there. Yep. And like I said, this holds it in place. I gotta tighten it a little more though. I'm trying to do this by looking past the camera because I don't want to mess up the watch too much. No, not mess up the watch, but mess up taking off the case. Need to be out a little more so they can line up. I think we're gonna have to get the other tool out. If you give me a second, I will get it out, because that one is not lining up for me, and I don't want to go through changing all those little pieces on the back, because that will be a pain. But it does work if you change those pieces. This one, that's mostly why I bought that other kit, because I really like this one, and to buy that one separately, it's about the same money as the kit, so might as well have extra tools. This one lines up so much better and so much easier to use, and for the bigger watches, especially like the Invictors and the diesel watches. It is definitely way better to use on those. As you can see, do kind of a counterclockwise turn on it. That will lift the screw back off. I'm not going to go through the whole silicone, but there is a silicone ring in there that helps it to be water resistant. If I can focus, there it is. I do have the grease to put on there, but that one is not that old, so we don't have to worry about that. And I do have the silicones to change them as well, in case that's a problem. I just use the tip. That's the spring tool. You can use this to push out some of the springs, but I just use the tip to remove the plastic that surrounds the watch, as you can see. And then you can actually use this tip to just pry out the battery. I'm not going to pry out the battery simply because it's the right time and everything. I don't want to mess with the time. But you do all that, you're going to know how to put the plastic back in, because it's going to have a little groove right there for cutting it, so you can put it over where the crown connects to the actual mechanism. You just line that up, and then you can take your back and you line it up, and you go the opposite direction to tighten it in place. You should start it with the hand first, but just get a little start on it, and then you can tighten it. Just put it into the grooves, tighten as such. Trying to hold, this does hold it, but I don't like anything bumping into the crown, because I don't want to mess up the crown or the setting for the crown. So I do also hold it with my hands, but it does make it easier to get to the watch with this holder right here. Gotta loosen it up a little. Sorry guys. But definitely, if you guys have any questions about repairing watches, batch changes, anything like that, please leave a comment, message me, and I'll be more than happy to help you guys out, or do a tutorial or something on it. And if you want to order that watch, right there, I gave you the number. It is available on Amazon. I saw it on Amazon. I saw it still in the Fossil store, so I was kind of shocked they still have it, but they usually change their stuff out a lot. But definitely a really nice watch to have. So thank you guys. Have a great day. And like I said, if you have any questions about anything, please leave a comment, and I'd be more than happy to answer you.